Hey everybody, Easy Mode here, and I'm coming at you with another video regarding one of the endgame currently contents you can do in Pagan Online, which is Gauntlet Farm. Now, as you saw in my other video, there are multiple things you can do in endgame in Pagan Online currently, and one of the more substantial ways of farming legendary blueprints is to actually run the Gauntlet on Mastery to have a large percentage, or a large chance actually, to dropping a blueprint for a legendary weapon. If you have been tuning into my streams before I went on vacation, I was essentially just farming Gauntlet over and over and over again, and both me and Oz were notating on our Excel sheet that we shared within the Pagan Discord, what dropped, how many things dropped, how many runs it took us to get these items, so on and so forth, to come with a dashboard and illustrating to you which is the best Gauntlet to farm. Now, whenever it comes to new players coming to farming Gauntlet itself, I do recommend to do Shroud Cage farming first, so you can get a couple legendaries on the way, so you can get your character comfortable enough to be able to farm Gauntlet. And when we were to look at my data in a moment, you'll notice that, a great place to start for a lot of folks who don't have a lot of legendary items is actually Gauntlet 2. Gauntlet 2's boss is much easier than Gauntlet 1's boss. And the reason why Gauntlet 1's boss is extremely hard is because it has the best drop rates within Gauntlet. I know it kind of seems a little backwards. The first boss shouldn't have the best drop rate, but it all comes back to the level of the level being the main culprit of why it's the best. It's a level 48 zone, and because it's a level 48 zone, every type of item can drop as a recipe in the Gauntlet 1. So if we were to come and look at my dashboard here for the type of information that I've gathered, you'll see I've done a couple runs here focusing on Gauntlet 1. I did a couple here on Gauntlet 2, kind of got me an idea what was going on, and I did a couple here in Gauntlet 3. Gauntlet 4 and 5, we didn't really get too much details into them because every time we run them, we'd crash. I don't know if that's something that Pagan Online needs to look into, depending on how much items are dropping or what type of items are being picked up. But regardless of Gauntlet 4 or 5, it seemed like the further we went up into a Gauntlet, the less likely a blueprint would drop. And Gauntlet 1 having the hardest boss is there because this Gauntlet contains all of the legendary blueprints you need. Now, as I mentioned earlier, the best way for new players to get into Gauntlet farming is to Gauntlet 2. The worm is really easy when it comes to farming it. It's not as hard as the first boss, and you have a large percentage, as you'll notice in front of my mouse cursor here, to get a weapon. And one of the main components of a DPS increase on your character is through your weapon. And you're able to still get the charms, the wards, and the tomes, which already gives you 4 out of the 8 slots you need legendary. And you can work your way through Gauntlet 1 to be able to finish out the rest of your character, because with these 4 slots alone, you should be able to tackle Gauntlet 1's boss at a very comfortable rate. In this page though, you'll notice that in Gauntlet 1, I was getting a lot of duplicate blueprints. Overall, Gauntlet 1 is just so good when it comes to farming legendary blueprints. And I don't know if this was intentional. It seems intentional because, quite frankly, the boss is really hard for being the first Gauntlet. It's almost like an entry point to getting into Gauntlet, and that most people are like, oh wow, it's super hard to fight him. But once you do him in Mastery just to farm blueprints, the results speak for themselves. I ran here 75 runs and I gained 92 blueprints running these 75 runs. There were times where I got triple recipes, 1 dropping off of the boss and then 2 dropping off of the chest itself. So it goes to show you that Gauntlet 1 is the best way to farm here in Endgame. However, I do recommend, as I mentioned earlier, to go to the higher Gauntlets if you are struggling to get legendary weapons. And to do that is super easy. Just put Gauntlet on normal, Gauntlet 1, farm the boss until you have a couple blood champion trophies, and then go to the other Gauntlets and put them on Mastery. you put them on mastery, they're going to drop enough trophies to almost sustain yourself. They may drop, you know, 2 off of the trophy, so you may have to run Gauntlet 1 normal again, but that's just a way for you to kind of kickstart your way through Gauntlet. And this is the way that we have been gearing our characters, essentially, both me and Oz. I'll come to this. I'll actually go to Oz's dashboard first, and you'll see here Oz has similar numbers. He ran a lot more Gauntlet 2, and he also ran a lot more Gauntlet 3 because he wanted to see if going up through the Gauntlet was worth it. I stopped running those 2, Gauntlet 2 and Gauntlet 3, because I was finding a large success with Gauntlet 1, and I also was farming for specifically rings and amulets when I was looking for my Anya. So I decided to try to push my limits when it came to Gauntlet 1 here, and it really did pay off, in all honesty. You'll see here, this is how we kind of calculated our data. Just spreadsheet stuff here, but you'll notice every time we won something, we'd write in the blueprint name. You'll see all the blueprint names here. It gives you an idea of what's going through our daily gathering of these blueprints, and overall it gives you a good idea of how we track things in here. And I just wanted to make this video really quick because I know a lot of folks were interested in the Gauntlet. Everyone wants to know how you can farm faster legendaries, and the Gauntlet is a great way to farm it. Typically at the end of the Gauntlet, there's a large loot explosion. I haven't found the loot to be beneficial in the Gauntlet. I would rather be doing something else looking for loot than getting it off of the Gauntlet, but I have found that even Gauntlet loot while doing this can still get you some of your School of Magic that you're looking for when it comes to farming it. I just want to make this video coming back from vacation because I know a lot of folks were interested in the Gauntlet videos. I mean, in the Gauntlet data, and I figured I might as well throw a video out here, kind of explaining what our dashboard is here and why we decided to do this in all actuality. Anyways, thanks for watching the video again. It's been super nice. Everyone's been they've been very great. They've been very great following me on Twitch, following me on YouTube. If you do like the video, you can hit the subscription button below. You can comment below. We can go into a discussion what's the best way for endgame and Pagan here. You can always catch me on my Twitch when it comes to streaming. I stream Tuesday through Sunday, 8:30 to 11:30 on the weekdays, so Tuesday through Friday. And then on the weekends, I do 2 to 10, give or take, when it comes to Eastern Standard Time, will be my times there. You can also follow me there. You can also subscribe to me if you love me, other things like that. But again, I just wanted to make this video involving the Gauntlet farming here because this was something that we posted on the Pagan Discord, and I wanted to get it out there to kind of show you that the star of the show right here is Gauntlet 1. That is the Gauntlet you want to be farming. Again, guys, take care, and thanks again for watching. Catch you guys in the Pantheon.